I have two questions. Volodymyr Runets, ICTV. I have two questions, one for the President of Ukraine and one for the Secretary General of NATO. Пане президенте, скажіть, будь ласка, які
Mr. President, what do you expect of today's meeting of the G7?
Які гарантії безпеки можуть додаткові бути надані Україні? So NATO-Ukraine, how is it going to be different from the Commission NATO-Ukraine that could be blocked by, say, Hungary or any other members and had issues functioning? How this can be technically achieved? Thank you.
As for today's meeting, as well as the security guarantees, first I would like to tell you that these are not auxiliary aspects. We don't have real security guarantees from our partners. I mean, legally, we have actual security guarantees. There's financial, there's guarantees in the form of sanctions, there's assistance and defensive support. And that could be the first legal document that symbolizes the fact that we have a sort of a security umbrella, a first document, and later on Ukraine will have bilateral documents with every security guarantor for Ukraine, and it will cover all those aspects that we already have or those aspects that we're lacking now, like air defense, like aircrafts, like military aircrafts. Now, all those aspects will be considered on a bilateral level. Besides, this document, the security umbrella, will allow the other countries, in addition to day 7 countries, to join. So this would be an opportunity for other partners to join as well. And we've already started to have conversations with other partners that are already friends with us, but they're not part of the G7, but they will join. I think that's a very important next step.
Well, the Council will be chaired by me, the Secretary General of NATO, and I can convene the Council. So that cannot be blocked by individual allies or members of the Council. It can also be convened by individual member states for crisis consultations. So if President Zelensky wants to convene a meeting of the NATO-Ukraine Council, he can do so. It cannot be blocked. Because we are meeting as equals, we have decided what we are going to address, including crisis consultations, can be called by any member of this council. So this is something new, it's something different, it's a strong political tool for further political integration and also for decision making. So this is one of the elements in the decision we are taking today to move Ukraine closer to NATO and NATO membership, and you should all appreciate that.
CNBC, just behind you.
Steve Sedgwick from CNBC, sir. President Zelensky, can I just follow on the security guarantees issue? Because security guarantees have been in place for the best part of the last 30 years. They didn't prevent 2014 in Crimea. They didn't prevent 2022. What is it about security guarantees that will make a difference this time? Firstly, to yourself, sir, and your country, but also to the attitude of the Russians and to Vladimir Putin. He's looked at previous security guarantees and he's ignored them, and he's invaded anyway.
Thank you for the question. I'm not willing to reiterate, but I can tell you one thing. I don't believe Budapest Memorandum as security guarantee, because I don't understand any responsibility provided under the memorandum. There were no specifics except for the fact that Ukraine had this document and was left alone with it. We don't see the consequences for violating
NATO
this
Secretary
document.
General Jens Stoltenberg and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky holding a joint press briefing at the final day of the Vilnius summit. Zelensky saying that this is a technical signal when it comes to the delay in time frame for NATO. If the G7 agrees, he says, to the security guarantees, then that will be a positive signal for Ukraine to be joining the NATO the Ukrainian president walks away with more security guarantees from the summit, the president has expressed gratitude to the NATO and the other two leaders that he met on the sidelines of this Vilnius summit, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. He's yet to meet US President Joe Biden.